For centuries, philosophers and scientists have wrestled with the question, what is consciousness? What allows us to be aware, to think, to feel, to experience the world in a way that inanimate matter does not? Despite remarkable advances in neuroscience, artificial intelligence, and physics, we still don't have a complete answer. Yet, modern science, especially quantum mechanics, string theory, and the multiverse hypothesis, offers mind-expanding possibilities about the nature of consciousness. Could your mind be connected to other parts of the universe through quantum entanglement? If the multiverse exists, does every possible version of you exist somewhere? And if quantum mechanics truly governs reality at a fundamental level, could consciousness itself be a quantum phenomenon? Let's explore these ideas, diving deep into the strange and beautiful mysteries of science and consciousness. 1. Quantum mechanics and the mind, a strange connection. Quantum mechanics, the physics of the incredibly small, is nothing like the world we experience daily. At the atomic and subatomic level, particles behave in ways that defy intuition. Superposition, a particle can exist in multiple states at once, only choosing one when measured. Entanglement, two particles can become linked such that changing one instantly affects the other, even across vast distances. Wave-particle duality, particles can behave like waves and vice versa, depending on observation. These phenomena raise profound questions about reality itself. Since our brains, and therefore, our consciousness, are made of atoms and particles, could quantum effects play a role in how we think and perceive? One of the most intriguing theories comes from physicist Roger Penrose and anesthesiologist Stuart Hameroff in their orchestrated objective reduction, OR, theory. They propose that tiny structures in brain cells, called microtubules, process information at the quantum level. If true, this would mean that consciousness isn't just classical brain activity, it emerges from the quantum realm itself. If our thoughts are influenced by quantum effects, this could suggest consciousness might be non-local, potentially connected to events beyond our immediate physical body. The brain could function as a quantum computer, allowing for more complex, instantaneous processing than classical neural networks. Quantum entanglement might link our thoughts to other parts of the universe in ways we don't yet understand. But can human consciousness actually be quantum? Critics argue that quantum effects don't last long in the warm, wet environment of the brain, quickly collapsing before they could affect thought. Yet new discoveries in quantum biology show that quantum effects play a role in processes like photosynthesis and enzyme reactions, suggesting they could influence the brain as well. 2. The multiverse. Do you exist in infinite realities? If the many worlds interpretation, MWI, of quantum mechanics is correct, every time a quantum event happens, reality splits into multiple parallel universes. Imagine you're deciding whether to raise your hand. According to many worlds, in one universe, you raise your hand. In another, you do not. Both versions of you exist, but each is unaware of the other. This means that in an infinite multiverse, every possible version of you exists somewhere. There's a universe where you chose a different career. Another where you never met your best friend. One where you were a billionaire, a scientist, or even a completely different person. If many worlds is true, does that mean you are making all possible decisions in parallel universes? This challenges our idea of free will. If every choice is played out, are you actually choosing anything? Or are you merely a conscious traveler experiencing a single timeline in an infinitely branching web? Some scientists suggest that consciousness might determine which timeline we experience. That is, rather than passively following a predetermined fate, our minds might play a role in selecting which branch of the multiverse we move along. If true, this would mean that our choices matter in shaping which version of reality we live in. 3. Quantum entanglement. Are you connected to the universe? Quantum entanglement is one of the strangest phenomena in physics. When two particles become entangled, a change in one instantly affects the other, no matter how far apart they are, even if they're light years away. Einstein called this spooky action at a distance. Could your mind be entangled with the universe? If consciousness involves quantum processes, is it possible that your mind is entangled with something else? Some ideas suggest consciousness could be a non-local phenomenon, not confined to the brain. Thought processes might be influenced by entangled states across space-time. Human connection, feelings of deep connection with others, could have a quantum basis beyond just psychology. While these ideas are speculative, they open the door to a profound possibility. What if consciousness isn't just a byproduct of the brain, but a fundamental part of the universe itself? 4. What is consciousness? At its core, consciousness remains one of the biggest mysteries in science. We don't know exactly what it is, where it comes from, or why it exists. Here are a few competing theories. Materialism, consciousness as brain activity. The dominant scientific view: consciousness emerges purely from the electrical and chemical processes in the brain. But how does raw matter create subjective experience? Panpsychism, consciousness as a fundamental property. Some physicists propose that consciousness is a built-in feature of the universe, much like space or time. According to this view, everything has some level of awareness, even inanimate objects, though in a much simpler form. The simulation hypothesis: could reality be a simulation, and our consciousness just part of a vast artificial system? If so, could quantum effects be glitches or signatures of a deeper computational framework? The intersection of quantum mechanics, the multiverse, and consciousness suggests that we are just beginning to understand reality. Could our thoughts be shaped by quantum effects? Does a version of you exist in an infinite number of realities? Is consciousness an illusion, or is it the most fundamental part of the universe? Science may not have the final answer yet, but one thing is certain: the deeper we explore the cosmos, the more mysterious and awe-inspiring consciousness becomes.